We got ourselves team 1 or team 2 together with A Shucks playing that survival hunter. We got G-Funk also on that survival. Is that the elite set? That looks good. We got ourselves Lone Druid, Feral Druid on a big old mount with loops as well as a Belisarius, dude. Ready to go versus team 1 together with Dermo, the subtlety rogue. We got ourselves Jesus with assassination rogue of RM. We got ourselves Tagsy playing that affliction, which is not something we commonly see. An underdog, Necrolord Feral up first versus A-Shucks. A-Shucks is going to be able to get him out with a flare. Going to be bashed by the Feral with a Master's Call by A-Shucks, going for it for a feign death for a second. I think remove majority of the dots that underdog got the big chakram going. That's going to be the Fleshcraft ability. Actually still holding on strong for A-Shucks. He's Fleshcraft no longer holding up. A-Shucks going for some damage with coordinated assault. Got the crows on underdog. There's going to be a bar skill for the Feral. Got him so berserk. Should be able to get the bleeds up and running. Needs to go for a lot of healing. Quick maim onto A-Shucks. With Shackle's Malediction, it's going to reduce the amount of the healing that A-Shucks can get while doing quite a bit of free to be damage. And it looks like underdog looking to get a big old skull bash to catch up to A-Shucks. A-Shucks not letting him go anywhere with that harpoon, trying to maintain the dots and the pressure. Actually staying quite a lot in the melee. Is it playing the Mongoose Bite build? Most survival hunters just stay super far away from the target. They don't really get in melee that often. Ajax really trying to make it with a coordinated assault. Lots of hits back to forth. He's going to try to see if he can maybe somewhat disengage with underdog. But if the guy's in his face, he's just going to have to do for damage. Maim onto A-Shucks. Does he have anything for it? Trinket and Turtle available if he needs it. It's going to be bashed out of underdog. A-Shucks needs to deal with the bleeds. There's going to be lots of damage. Had to Trinket, but it was a little late. The dots have set in. An underdog getting opened on by Lone Druid. Lone going in with a big damage of his own. Is that a Necrolord Feral? Going to be a Hibernate, shifts out of it. Going to be a Lone Druid popping back in the cat form. So it's going to be a cat fight. Cyclone trying to come out. Going to be a short maim by Lone Druid. And underdog actually went in a bear form for it. No Skull Bash to stop the Necrolord. That's going to be a big old Cyclone by underdog. Catching up on all those heals, man. That's crazy. Trinket didn't work? That's unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. Lone Druid. What is he actually? Oh, he's an Night Fae. Okay, so he's playing that big Convoke. He just needs to get a Trinket out of underdog. Go for a big old Convoke. He'll be good to go. Trinket's out of that maim himself. Gonna be rude by underdog. Got the bleeds up onto Lone Druid. Bear form. And it's gonna go for that Frenzy Regen healing. I don't know if it's an emergency Frenzy Regen healing or just him actually pressing it. I guess we'll find out. While available, trying to see if he can get a clone onto Lone Druid. Gonna be a Skull Bash, and underdog was ready to go in bear form immediately. It looks like Lone Druid finally getting some bites in there. Big bash into Lone. No Trinket available. And underdog can just put the bleeds in. Underdog has a bit of burst, but not nearly as crazy burst as Lone Druid. So for underdog, just maintaining dots is the way to go. Underdog getting himself a Barkskin Bear form. Frenzy Regen, I believe, emergency healing. Lone Druid with that maim. Gonna be a Trinket for underdog. Has a Skull Bash for the Convoke. And Lone Druid taking lots of damage. Got him to trial form maimed. Emergency healing available. Rack up. So it looks like the first time he hit Frenzy might have actually been bear form Frenzy. It's going to be both of these two in bear form for a second roar by underdog. The Necrolord kitty. The bleeds are in onto Lone Druid. The swarm is in. Underdog has a Frenzy Regen very, very soon. Next time he has to go with it. He'll be in a good spot. Maim onto underdog. Does Lone end it here? He needs to find a way to end it. Big heal coming out for underdog. While in that bear form. Quick maim onto Lone. And I think underdog needs his bleeds. He does have a restun, but he doesn't have Frenzy or Tiger's Fury just yet. I think when he has Frenzy and Tiger's Fury, that's when the game is going to be over. So for Lone, he's basically just waiting out until that moment. Try to go for a Cyclone himself. Lands a Cyclone onto underdog. Catching up on a few heals. Lone Druid could potentially swing it back. It could totally do it. He just needs a good setup. He just needs to be the first one to land the big stuns. He's going to be the Arden, but does he have a Barkskin? Gonna be underdog with a full Frenzy Regen, doing the big damage, big bites, bash. It looks like underdog taking him out. Not much of an underdog if this man's winning this much. And if we're playing Feral Necrolord, not much of an underdog build really. Loops is up next versus the Kitty Cat. Got himself full Fleshcraft. And that's gonna be the Feral opening on the Priest, dude. Look at the tear him to shreds with a massive hefty shield. Holding him strong. Loops, I did try to go for Fear just now. He is gonna get a Shadow Fiend. Try to go for some damage of his own. Stone into Underdog. VT getting dots set up. Gonna be full PI. Everything. The Void Eruptions are hitting him. Is it gonna hit him with the Fear? Does hit him with the Fear. Mind Games to follow. Big Void Torrent. Does he have an interrupt? He does have interrupt for the Shadow. Loop's catching up on a lot of self heals. Burn through that shield of Underdog quite heavily. It's gonna be big DPs. Rotting the Feral down. Massive Shadow Crash to follow. Slime Shield not really holding on to a strong. Underdog trying to go for a big maim. Walling this damage off. Trying to kill as much as possible. Loops is gonna go for a disperse, and Underdog goes for a clone. Loops need to catch back up to the Feral. Again, fully dotted up and rotted up again. Try to see if he can get a port around the corner. The Feral does catch a reset. And Loops is going to have to either pick up the eyes or just wait for the Feral to reopen. Underdog does have Frenzy Regen coming back in 20 seconds. So the Feral could really just shred right through Loops. Bleed him dry. And this man is already just skin and bones. Being an undead priest. He can only do so much already. You know what I mean? Try to see if he gets some dots. Going to be a big interrupt by Underdog. And Under tried to go for a Shackles. It looked like he tried to go for the Shackles trinket. I don't know if you break line of sight with that trinket, like do you lose the channel effect or what? I need to know the basics of it. Because I haven't played with that one too much. Mind Games trying to come out. Interrupt by the Feral Druid, not letting a single Shadow Cast get through by Loops. And this is where Underdog going in for the big bleeds. Loops, unless you have summon for it, you might be dead. Fear onto the Feral. That's trying to go to end him. And looks like Underdog is actually gonna get stunned next to the Challenge Raven. Stun as Belly didn't let the Feral go anywhere. That's some free damage for Belly from Loops. Loops able to somehow avenge at least a little bit of damage to Underdog. And Belly trying not to just get shredded into those thorns. Try to get some damage up and running. Gonna be playing the Tormented King's Legendary. That Bladestorm proccing out avatars. Should be able to make some damage happen with the avatar. Big charge towards the Feral. Trinkets out of that maim. And Belly no longer with Wreck, no longer with cooldowns. Actually might be in a bit of a trouble. Actually even use defensives. All of them. Using Rage Regen as well as Commanding Shout. Playing that Night Fae though. Trying to go for the big Ancient Aftershock, but looks like the Feral got him set up. Just needs a little bit more damage into that Seed Pod. There's no way the Warrior recovers from the bleeds. But the Seed Pod definitely does. Is he gonna actually be able... Wait a second. Belly isn't actually dead. This is awkward. This is kind of awkward. Belly, yeah, I think G-Funk just realized what happened. He's like, wait, crap. That's unfortunate. Big unfortunate. Underdog is at least catching up on heals. I think everybody's expecting for Belly to be dead, but looks like Underdog just has to get back in and finish the job. Is Belly just gonna let him? He's not gonna let him go out without a fight. Stormbolt got himself at least ignore pain. I think Underdog still has it. The bleeds are set in, but that was a little bit awkward. Oh my goodness. G-Funk charging right in with them dots, got them nades rolling. Is playing that Necrolord build, trying to make the big Necrolord. Oh, doing a lot of damage. Kill shot of G-Funk taking out the Feral. Sniping him out. The first man who could hunt down the Feral, taking him out after such a rampage. And G-Funk is going to have to consolidate his cooldowns. Vendetta burning bright on him as RM wants to go in and finish off the job. Big disengage across the rogue. G-Funk does land a stun. Chicken roll for RM. And G-Funk knows this, trying to see if he can give himself some range. I don't know if there's a shadow step available. Maybe an interrupt. G-Funk is going to cancel his own flesh cap for a second. Unless RM interrupted. No, he did not. RM actually had no health at all. Wait. Oh! G-Funk! What was that? He just blasted the rogue out of the taxi, swapping in with a blueberry, trying to see if he can sacrifice a blueberry for a little bit of a health buffer. As playing out the affliction, trying to get the dots to G-Funk. G-Funk can remove the dots by fainting, but I think it's actually going to hurt him. Does it? Like when he removes UA, doesn't it hurt him a lot? Ooh, Mortal Coil getting set up. Taxi looking for the big drain, looking for big damage. Can he do it? It's going to be G-Funk fainting death, and I think he does just remove the dots without any damage to him. Or maybe the dots are still on? Either way, big drain. G-Funk might have to back the hell up. Needs to somehow remove all these dots off of him. And Taxi is not letting him do that, dude. Just trying to stay ahead of the Cryptus as best they can. I don't think G-Funk is playing the Feign Death Legendary. I'm thinking maybe he's playing some aggressive Legendary. He's playing some damage Legendary, most likely. Trying to go for the big Raptor Strikes, Humongous Bites, either one. Soul Rod is up by Taxi. G-Funk trinkets out of that CC, trying to maximize the damage. Feign Death real quickly. Does have the Chakram rolling onto Taxi, doing quite a bit of damage there. G-Funk backs up for a second, but that's not exactly what it was to do. Chimeric Poison on Taxi is going to hit him with a silence into damage reduction. Mortal Coil as G-Funk does not have any way to heal. I think it just might be over. Is going to go for a turtle at the end, but that's all he could do. Yo, G-Funk coming back in. Yo, Underdog with him 4. but G-Funk sniping boys out of there, man. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Oh my goodness, boys. Oh my goodness. I like that one. All right, let's get another open running, yeah?